I was at a meeting a few days back last week, and they said, the Igbos, we must find a way of checkmating them. I sat there in the midst of them. And the man said, you are not even saying anything. I said, what is the offense? He said, they are bought everywhere in Lagos. They are buying and buying. And I said, when they came with gun and shot your people, or your people collected money for the purchase. Baba looked at me and said, why are you like this? I said, I'm like that. Did your people sell to them? Or they brought gun and said, your land or your life? Why don't you learn their industry? Who asked you to sell your land? That was the end of the meeting. If you are going to invite me into a meeting where we are going to move the nation forward, don't pitch one tribe or ethnic nation against the other. It's not going to work for those of us who believe that the best of the North and the best of the South must come together to steer the ship of our nation. Do you understand me? Okay.
Hey, my sister, good morning. Oh, good morning. See, they have demolished my house. I was in the hospital. They just called me that they have started demolishing our house. They are demolishing the whole street. Oh, they just come and started demolishing. See, they are demolishing everywhere. They are demolishing. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, I could not bring out my property. I could not bring out my documents. They are demolishing everywhere. See. They are demolishing everywhere. Oh. The whole building, the whole house, they are demolishing. Oh. Rossville at Ajawo Estate. Rossville at Ajawo Estate. Oh, they are demolishing everywhere. Rossville Street at Ajawo Estate. See them. Oh, they came with two caterpillars. See them. Demolition everywhere. I could not bring out anything from my house. Oh. I could not bring anything out. Oh. They came with courage. They came with courage. Oh. Demolition everywhere. Demolition.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. While the elections are over and Nigerians are looking up to the courts to help them right the wrongs of the Independent National Electoral Commission in the conduct of the election, the fallout from the elections continues to reverberate across the country, particularly in Lagos State. The video you watched was sent to me to look at it by somebody who believed that the Igbos are paying the price for voting for Peter Obi in the 2023 presidential election. And the person is claimed that the demolitions going on now in Lagos was targeted at them to teach them a lesson. And you saw the video of Pastor Tunde Bakar, where he was talking about that he attended a meeting where they said that the Igbos had bought over the whole of Lagos State and something needs to be done about it to stop them. So this person that made this video available to that linked this video to me was saying that after the election of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in which Asiwaju lost in Lagos, that now the Igbos are paying the price. They are paying the price. That a lot of their properties are being destroyed. and that there's nothing anybody can do about it, and that Haneze is not saying anything, nobody's saying anything about it. But I wanted to look at the video itself. Now, when I look at the video, I'm particularly glad about what Pastor Tunde Bakari said at the end of that video, saying he will not be a part of anything that will not serve for the unity of Nigeria, that nobody should invite him in such a place. But one issue that it raised was that Tunde Bakari, of course, was telling his congregation that there were a meeting. It was actually a political meeting from my understanding of what he said. But the Baba, one of the Babas in the place, now brought up the issue of the alleged Igbo buying of lands in Lagos and stuff, for which he now famously asks whether they put a gun on anybody's head to sell the land and stuff. But when I fact-checked the video, I discovered that it was 2 years ago that this video first appeared on YouTube or any platform. It was 2 years ago, which means it could not have been linked to the 2023 presidential election, which we know how APC use division, ethnicity, and whatnot to make sure that they got the governorship ticket of the state, and also they use ethnicity to see how they can win the presidential election, but it didn't work out for them, that particular one. So the person that sent this thing to me, and I'm sure he sent it to so many other people, but this particular Pastor Bakare video was done 2 years ago. So it doesn't relate to what we are made to believe, that it was a well-planned activity, what is going on in Lagos recently, demolition of properties allegedly owned by Igbos. But one thing again that he revealed is that there are some people who are not comfortable with the alleged Igbo buying of properties in Lagos for whatever reason. But the truth of the matter is, like Bakari said, they didn't force anybody to sell to them. And in any case, this is one Nigeria. We are a united people. We are one country. We say that we are indivisible, that we are a united country. I don't think it should be of concern that anybody bought a property anywhere in Nigeria, including Lagos. It's not supposed to be so. And why I'm even particularly glad is that those who are doing these kind of things, who promote these kind of divisions, like the spokespersons of Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the INEC declared president-elect, people like Bayo Onanuga, people like Femi Fani Kayode, and others like that, they are a minority in Southwest. You know, I used to tell people, it is not true that it was because of the Igbos that Tinubu lost in Lagos. I don't think that the Igbos have the kind of population to be able to do that. What we saw on February 25 presidential election was the Yorubas of Lagos State rejecting Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Of course, the Igbos also who live in Lagos and other non-Yorubas who live in Lagos might have also found out that they don't want Tinubu to be president and they voted against him. So all this noise by people like uh, Bayo Nanuga, Femi Faneka, they're telling Igbos not to interfere in politics of Lagos gives the impression that it was because of the Igbos that Peter Obi won. No, Peter Obi won in Lagos because the overwhelming voting population of Lagos, majority of whom are Yorubas, voted against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They were sick and tired of his dominance of Lagos, and they didn't want to empower him to emerge as president. Of course, despite all their effort, at least until the Supreme Court rule, INEC has confirmed Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president-elect. So that is what it is. But those who sow division for the purpose of winning election in the All Progressive Congress, people like MC Oluomo, including Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that kept quiet while all these things was happening, they are in the minority. The overwhelming majority of the people of Lagos State and of the Southwest don't share their ideology of ethnic bigotry. Don't forget, that is among these the Yorubas that you also find former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who actively backed Peter Obi. You talk about the Afenifere leadership. You talk about Akin Osuntokun. You talk about Doyin Okupe and so many other Yorubas that didn't buy into the kind of ethnic politics that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu brought in the 2023 presidential election. However, the divisive statements by all these people on Anoga, Femi Fani-Kayode, which they consistently were making, and they were not reprimanded by the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu or the APC. And for the fact that people were going from street to street before the governorship election in Lagos State, telling people not to come out to vote if they are from a particular ethnic group, they are Igbos or whatever, or if they are not going to vote for the APC, they shouldn't come out. Is the reason why everything that is done in Lagos now is viewed with suspicion. This demolition exercise that takes place in Lagos, especially the one you saw, the part of the video where a woman was lamenting she was not able to remove anything from her house. The reason why it's gaining currency and people are believing it is for nothing else. It is because the seed of division that was planted in the 2023 presidential election by people like Femi Fani-Kayode, by people like MC Oluomo, by people like Bayo Nanuga, and all the mob that were out there saying Igbos have no right to do this or that Igbos say that Lagos is no man's land and all that, which was found out to be false. And it was those who know say that the person who first came up with the idea that Lagos is no man's land was Governor Latif Jakonde during his time. He made it as a slogan, perhaps to encourage people to feel free in Lagos, to participate fully in the activities of Lagos, and see Lagos as their own. He came up with that slogan that Lagos is no man's land. But in this election, the propaganda was done that it was Igbos that were saying that Lagos is no man's land. And then they capitalize on it to create division, to create violence, and to create enmity between the Igbos and the Yorubas in Lagos. But as I said, it's only a minority of people that believe that the vast majority of Yorubas, they voted for Peter Obi and they are not buying into it. Of course, when this demolition exercise started, people are bound to say, okay, you are demolishing this because of this. And you can see how some people brought the video that was recorded 2 years ago, and to give the impression that it's related to the outcome of the election. But that video was made 2 years ago. Even though it was done, whatever meeting that was held where they said things like that, it was done in bad taste and in bad faith. But thank God for Pastor Tunde Bakari for exposing it and also for condemning it. And by saying that what the country needs is the best of the North and the best of the South to come together to steer the ship of this nation to the destination that will lead everybody to a happy nation, a united nation, one country under God. Okay? So that is basically it. It is not true, but the reason why people will continue to believe things like this is because of the attitude that was exhibited before the election. And that is why it is also important that when they are carrying out demolition in Lagos, the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, and all the people in charge should make effort to convince people that the thing they were doing was not inspired by ethnic vengeance as a result of the outcome of the election. After all, INEC has declared APC the winner. INEC has declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu the president-elect. So why should they continue to do anything that will not bring the whole of Lagos together? Because Lagos need everybody. Lagos need everybody because Lagos lives on taxation. So you need everybody, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, everybody, to be productive and to contribute to the development of Lagos. Okay. Now, the video of the woman that was lamenting was at Ajao area of Lagos. And the demolition started since Friday, from what I gathered. It started since Friday. And the reason the authorities gave was as a result of illegal occupation and construction along pipeline and sited close to the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. That was the excuse that the Lagos state government did. But the truth of the matter is that who authorized them first? Because you look at the kind of buildings, millions, hundreds of millions of naira worth of building being demolished. And those buildings have been there for years. So who authorized them to build it there? So that's some of the questions that need to be answered. And Lagos state government that is doing it should also do it with human face. Ensure that those they are demolishing their building are compensated. There should be compensation. And look at how the woman was lamenting that she couldn't take out anything from the house. They ought to have allowed her to go inside the place and take away her vital documents. So the rate we operate with impunity in this country, especially the officials, when the matter doesn't concern them, it's not their personal property. If it were a personal property, they wouldn't go and demolish it with such recklessness that people were not allowed to take away anything, going by the lamentation of the woman in the video. The, the general manager of the Lagos State Building Control Agency, I think Bolahon Oki, explained several reasons for the demolition when he briefed newsmen. According to him, the buildings lacked required approvals and were sited around airport restricted area. Now, how do somebody build such a gigantic project without approval? It beats my imagination. It beats my imagination that that could happen. But whatever may be the case, there should be compensation. It should be done with human face. Already the country is charged because of the ethnic division that the APC used during the election. So every little thing that is done, especially in Lagos, is viewed now with prism of ethnicity, especially when it has to do with the Igbos, who were, selected for, for what do I call it? Selected for the purpose of exclusion from the political process in Lagos, that were being allegedly punished because they voted for Peter Obi. But their vote is not the reason why Peter Obi won, as I keep saying, because people tend to give this impression that Igbos made Peter Obi to win. It was a combined vote of all the angry Nigerians in Lagos, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, and what have you, that made Peter Obi to win in Lagos. And it's believed that he won with a wide margin, even though the difference in his victory is just about 10,000 votes in an official INEC result. So it's not true that the Igbos were the reason why Peter Obi won, and therefore they have to be punished. They have to be dealt with for that. So their properties becomes targets for demolition. So government will just look for any excuse to demolish it. I don't want to believe that's conspiracy theory, but I think the Lagos State government can do better by reassuring people whenever they have any reason to demolish a place, by reassuring people that they are doing it in good faith, that this is the reason why they are doing it, that they are not doing it because in this particular area there are non-indigenous that are living there, so they have to be dealt with because of the way they voted in the election. No, they should do everything possible. Even as what Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the INEC declared president-elect. This is time for him to speak up. When people are circulating this kind of information on social media, saying that their houses are being demolished because of where they came from, to show them that we are one country and that what anybody spraying those things were lies, they were not true, and that the real reason that the demolition was going on or is going on is because they want to sanitize the fiscal structure of Lagos, and those who build without the necessary papers and all that, and that it was not based on ethnicity. And there should be evidence to show that where you are demolishing, all kind of people are there. You are demolishing the house of the owned by Igbos, Edo, Yorubas, and everything, so that everybody will look at it and say, okay, this is fair. But when you have a preponderance of Igbo people living in an area, even if you do it with the best of intention, given the division that APC has created in Lagos, it will be difficult for people not to read ethnic meaning to the exercise. So the Lagos state government, as well as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should ensure that whatever demolition they are doing in Lagos is done in the best interest of all Nigerians and is not influenced by ethnicity, ethnic bigotry, or the way people voted in the 2023 presidential election. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. God bless you and yours.